I lived in Europe for some time, and there I experienced the fact that actually there was a growing need or demand for women demanding cosmetics that were more natural. So I came back to South Africa, and then I decided, okay, let me start something to meet that demand. So we came back to Botswana, where I'm originally am. So we came to Botswana. And then since I was still working, my son started the business of getting oils, of making oils. Actually, initially, we thought that we could actually get from a company, a community-based organization that was already different because they didn't have, the quantities were not right. So we decided to get an organization to register a company in 2014 that would then produce the different oils as ingredients for cosmetics, natural cosmetics. The first one we started with, which was in great abundance, marula oil. We started by harvesting it from the wild. We had a problem there because we didn't have the machines. So we had to get companies in SA and get help to give us machines to help us to finance the making of machines to decorticate, that is to crush the nuts that we harvested from the wild. That's how we started, really. That's the background. We are involved in the harvesting and the processing. The harvesting, we have a networks for different raw materials, because they're in different regions of the country, of rural people that we not really employ, but we source from them. The quality of the harvest, firstly, we do training for our harvesters. So they know exactly what to look for. For instance, they know that they won't get like morula from a goat crawl or something because it smells. They know the type, so they know, they have training, they know exactly which one to get. They won't get from donkeys, eaten by donkeys. They know exactly where to get and the amounts they should get, from what they should leave, how much percentage. They can't get last year's one. So we have trained them. So that's how we ensure that the quality right from the beginning is correct. And we give them sizes, what size, because our decorticating machines also, if it's too small, it won't do it, and so forth. Yeah. In different villages, what we've done is that we've hired small storage places so that before we even collect, it's in a particular place. And we put in specific bags above the ground. Yeah, and then we record exactly where we got in different villages. We have codes for different villages so that we know, and our harvesters have codes. Let's say, in a village, we say empty, it means mataku, and harvest the number so and so and date on the bag so that we can trace where we got that from. We make sure that the plants, the nuts are dry. So and then we decorticate. After decorticating, we make sure that there's not a long time between the cracking, which is decorticating, and actually processing, pressing into oil. We do batches. We test our batches. So we get, we will be testing the free fatty acids profile. We send to an ISO accredited lab in Zanin. They tell us what the FFA profile is, saponification, acidity, different things. That's how we know. And we send to when somebody orders, then we send with the order the certificate of analysis. If it's below a certain thing, then we use it for other things locally or something, but we don't send it abroad. They do need certification. Most need fair trade, organic certification, and GMP, good management practices. At the moment, we have the fair trade certification. We are in the process of the organic certification. The challenge we've been having is, of course, that we have different products. We have the Murula, Mungongo, so they're in different regions. So the certification has taken a bit of time, and also the cost, because of the cost. But we are in the process now with EcoCert to do that. We do the bulk sales. We also do the retail bottles, 50 milliliter bottles. So we do 20 liters, 25 liters, 100 liters, big plastic containers, 25 liter ones that you actually carry. I don't know how to say them, but we always use dark colors. basically followed the US requirements for labeling. That's what we've really used on the retail bottles, because fortunately we went to an exhibition in the US and we got to understand from our potential customers how they like. And also in Germany, we attended Biofach, so we got to know what the customers how the customers would like the labeling. The EU REACH. We have to do safety assessments. There are companies in South Africa that do those safety assessments for us, and peroxide levels. The peroxide levels and so far are already things that actually come in as part of the certificate of analysis for every batch that we do. The transportation is such a challenge. We have an agreement and a contract with DHL. A lot of logistics company here in Botswana did not want to do that for oils, because when you just say oil, they're thinking a risk. So we had to give them the MSDS for our oils so that they could see that it is safe to transport it. At the moment, we just do it the normal way with DHL. We are looking to, as we get organic certification and we get larger orders, we'll have to find other ways so that we can do the 1,000 liters, the oil. We put them in cold rooms in a dark place, no direct sunlight. You have to know your location, where you are located. You have to, I think I would say to you, make sure that where you are located, it's that there's a balance between how you get your raw materials, supply chain, your testing, and so that there's a balance, because otherwise the costs can actually rocket if you are not in the right place somewhere to get all the services you need. Challenges have to do with testing facilities. There are none here. The requirement of certifications, there are no certifying bodies here, and also it's costly for a small business like ours. So those are the major challenges, and just meeting the requirements that are on the other side, the market requirements, because they are both regulatory requirements that are set by the US or Europe, and then there are ones that are set by the customers themselves. I mean, organic certification and fair trade, those ones are set by the customers themselves. Whereas the ones, also ones like requesting you to have a product information files and so forth, those are regulatory ones. So meeting them, actually knowing them and meeting them and getting somebody to help you, to assist you to actually meet those requirements, it takes time. It has taken us, like I said, we started in 2014, although we started operating in 2017, and it's only now that we're able to do these certifications and meet the requirements. Although we have already been exporting, we continue to export because we do have the machines to do bigger quantities, but because of those requirements, it has taken us time to do it. The opportunity, of course, why we chose to come to Botswana instead of South Africa was the abundance of the raw materials, which is here. And then also the fact that the trade agreements that both South Africa and Botswana have with, for instance, under AGOA or under EFTA, SADC-EFTA agreements, those are great opportunities that we are using. The other great opportunities, of course, the fact that the global market for these oils is huge, and we are still lagging behind in meeting that demand generally. So that's an opportunity we need to capture and to use. I'm actually encouraging people to get into this oils, vegetable oils. And we have an association in Botswana called the Natural Products Association of Botswana, Natural Products Association of Botswana, which is an association which just encourages members and people who are using or who are wild harvesting or using products from the wild and natural products to do something they can export. Quality. Getting accreditation, just getting continuous testing, because you can. I know there are on the market now some oils that claim to be marula, which are mixed with other things. That's a bad name. So, for instance, within SAPOA, that is the Southern African Essential Oils Producers Association, we're trying to set standards. Say, okay, when we say marula oil, it has this characteristics. So that we all then keep within those characteristics. When we say saponification value, it has to be between this and this, and then we can say it's marula. peroxide has to be between this parameters and so forth, so that then the ones who are doing fake things, it can be clear. If it comes, vegetable oil comes from Southern Africa, it should be within these parameters. There is a demand, like I said before, which is not being met, far from being met. So I'm saying let's use this opportunity to do that. May it be food, may it be oils, vegetable oils. Let's do it. We can do it. We have the raw materials. Yeah. Other challenges we can overcome them.